Thank you for the yawn. Here we go. 2 ships leave a port at noon. We'll say that this is the port. They leave at noon. One is traveling at a bearing north, 32 degrees west. What does that look like? Just got done with our bearings. North, 32 degrees west. Rachel is correct, 32 degrees to the west of north. Another ship is traveling at a bearing south, 75 degrees east. That way? How far apart are the ships at 4 p.m.? What do you think, folks? It is a slow-moving ship. We would call it a barge. Yep, a garbage barge. Garbarge. What do we do? Draw the what thing? The grid thing? Excellent idea. It's not going to help us. Oh, good. Ishika's got it. This is 20 miles. How do you know it's 20 miles, Ishika? Okay. Noah gave a great response. Okay, yeah. Because, yeah, okay. Very good. Yep, you got it. 5 miles an hour for how many hours? 4 hours. That makes 20. So the other one's 16. Very good, Maya. Are you okay with that? So what do we do to find D? Pythagorean theorem. It's not a right triangle. Okay, I'll think along with you. Samantha, I believe you're on the verge of saying something really intelligent. Continue on in your thoughts.
Well, so like on the other side of the 75 part of the line.
Yeah? That little slice is 15, and that's 90, and that's 32. 137. So 15, 90, and 32. So what kind of triangle do we have now? That's what everybody says. They say obtuse right away. Yes, obtuse. But that we need to classify it, and you are technically correct. I'm looking to classify a triangle in a way that we've classified to determine how we solve it. Side, angle, side. So if it's side, angle, side, which one do I use? Law of cosines, because you don't have an angle on its opposite side. So therefore, d squared is equal to 20 squared plus 16 squared minus 2 times 20 times 16 times the cosine of 137 degrees. Take out my handy-dandy calculator. Wow. Somebody's not a. Wow. 1124. Is that the distance? What do I got to do? You cannot just retake a section of the ACT, retake the whole thing. Any question how we did that? Okay. That's it. Can somebody tell me if the 3353 is reasonable? Why? longer than the other two, and 16 plus 20 is, so you know it has to be shorter than 36. Triangle inequality theorem, geometry. You did learn that.
They might have taught it, but I didn't learn it. Might have mentioned it.
I wonder how many things I've taught you guys that you haven't learned. Thank you. All right, very good. I'm glad we have an understanding here. Okay. Now you're wondering why you got an 18 on the. Okay. Wow. Okay, sorry, YouTube Nation. People are a little salty today. We're working through some challenges. Got a lot of repressed anger. We're suffering again from our PTSG, post-traumatic stress of geometry syndrome. All right, so what we have is a plane flies 300 miles at a bearing of north 80 degrees east. The plane then turns and it flies at 400 miles at a bearing of north 20 degrees east. How far is the plane from its original position? That sounds like a tough problem, doesn't it? Fortunately, we are extremely intelligent people, and we can solve it. You tell me, what does north 80 degrees east look like? Straight? That aren't they all straight? Very good. So we've got so we're gonna call this 300 miles. Mr. G's out in the hallway doing nothing as usual. So if he comes on out, if he comes in our room, make sure you clap for him, okay? Yeah, you could. Okay, then the plane turns and flies 400 miles north. So I'm gonna. Is this north 20 degrees east? What is this? So that's 20 degrees, and that's 400 miles. So we're wondering how far is the plane from where it originally started? Because maybe there's a lightning storm right there. Maybe there was another plane right there. Maybe there was a mountain it was going to fly into. Yeah, it's one of the aircrafts from Avengers. Yeah, it does. It's not like it. We're talking about Avenger planes here, not normal planes. Well, Avenger planes could just stop on a dime and fly and float and do all sorts of stuff. So, yeah, yeah. Okay, I already know how to do the problem, and I know where to go. But the question is, do you guys know? So you tell me what to do.
Since that line is 80,
Compass.
yeah, make them right.
10. I know this. That's 90.
But that's not 90.
That's 10. You got some really good thoughts there. Unfortunately, that's not going to bring much for us. So, yes, the 20s involved somehow. So is the 80. Everybody's looking at this angle, aren't they? Don't look at that angle. Look at this angle. What is that angle? Why is it 60? Yeah, you went from 80 and you turned to go to 20, so you turned 60. So if that was 60, then what's the green? 120, because it makes a straight line, right? They're supplementary geometry. All right, very good. So what kind of triangle do I now have? Oh! Yes, it's an obtuse triangle, but we have side angle side. So d squared is equal to, you guys are horrible. You're all failing. 400 squared minus 2 times 300 times 400 times the cosine of 120 degrees. Yep. You guys are absolutely right. You're not wrong. Just driving your teacher nuts. Okay, so here we go. 300 squared plus 400 squared minus 2 times 300 times 400 times the cosine of 120. And I take the square root of the answer, and I get 608.28. That's how far apart they are. All right, this last problem we're going to do, you have to do a problem like this on the test. I tell that to people every year. A fourth of you guys will not be able to do on the test because you will not work through the confusion that you have with the problem. You'll nod your head, and you'll say, yep, I got it, yep, I got it. But when you get to the test, you realize, no, I never had it, I just never asked the questions. So I'm trying to tell you the problem you're going to get. It's going to be worth 6 points. You're going to have to be able to do it. It's a problem on your study guide. You can lay it out and check, see if we're going to do a checkpoint on Monday. We have to do a problem like this. Is everybody clear? Great problem. Ties everything together. Southernmost boundary of four-sided piece of land is a river. The other three boundary lines are 285, 564, and 322 feet. The angles are 98 degrees and 105 degrees, respectively. What is the area of this piece of land? It's important to know the area of the piece of land because that's going to be how you're taxed, by the square footage of the land that you have. How many acres of land do you own? But finding out these type of areas, that's challenging because it's not a rectangle, it's not a square, it's not a trapezoid. It's just a general quadrilateral that has four sides that are not the same, no 90-degree angles, no angles that are the same. So what do you think we should do? Make triangles. And that's what the software built into these computers that calculate, that's what they do. They're able to divide it up into triangles. If you cut it the other way, that would be fine as well. Great. I've got triangle 1. I've got triangle 2. Which one would you like to work with? Triangle 1. Great. Why, Emma? Okay, so how do we find area of a triangle? 1/2 times, we don't use base times height anymore. That's for kindergarten. We use Big Ten formulas. One half times, yep, there you go. 1/2 times 285 times 564 times the sine of the included angle. Remember, if you get a side angle side, then that's the formula you use. The two sides times 1/2 times the sine of the included angle. Everybody good? Let's multiply that out. So far, the problem looks pretty easy, doesn't it? $79,587.84 feet squared. More than an acre, less than an acre. Anybody know? More. Acres around 46,000. Okay. Triangle 2. Very good. You need an angle. A lot of times in trigonometry, we use Greek letters for angles like theta. I'm going to use alpha and beta in this example because we got two of them. Don't freak out with the alpha and beta. This is a very minimal issue. Does look like a fish. Very good. So we want to find beta. We're probably going to have to find alpha first. And we know that alpha and beta add to 105. So do we just need an angle or do we need anything else? We need another side. How are you going to find this side? Side, angle, side. Side, angle, side. Use the law of cosines. Did we just do law of cosines to find opposite sides? Can we just do that right now? Great. So c squared is equal to 285 squared. 564 squared. Minus 2 times 285 times 564 times the cosine of 98. I'm going to grab my handy dandy calculator. 285 squared plus 564 squared minus 2 times 285 times 564 times cosine 98 square root, and I get Satan. 666.38. Cool. All the other classes laughed. Wow. Oh, crabby today. Very good. Okay. 666.38. Great, I've got a side. So now I need beta. How would I go about finding beta? I first need to find alpha. How would I go about finding alpha? Law of sines. Sine of 98 over 666.38 equals the sine of alpha over 285. Sine of 98 over 666.38 is equal to sine of alpha over 285. 285 sine of 98 divided by 666.38. Is that my answer? What do I do? Inverse the answer, and you get 2506. Subtract from 105, 7994. Yeah, you got the side angle side thing going on, right? So triangle 2 is 1/2 times 666.38 times 322 times the sine of 79.94. 0.5 times 666.38 times 322 times the sine of 79.94. 105,637.68. I'm going to add that to 79,587.84. 185, 225. Now, I hope that just on face value, when you look at that problem and you see, okay, that's a shape that we have no idea how to find the area of, yet we were able to just cut it into two triangles, take a little bit of time, able to add it together. Like, that seems impressive. Something that when you walked into class, you had no idea how to do. Now you should be able to do it. So, when we have these snow days and everything, we don't get as many times to practice stuff in class. We lose out on checkpoints, everything else. You're kind of on your own at this point, but your assignment is to take your study guide, make sure you know how to do all of it. Okay? So, make sure you got your assignments ready to go. Your assignments are due on Tuesday. You should be working on your study guide and asking questions on Tuesday. I'll have a checkpoint or two in class to make sure you're ready to go. And that'll be that.